Why do people buy from you? Now, whatever the answer is, it automatically pops into your mind as an answer to that question. I wonder if you've considered, is that really the reason why people come to you? Are you sure?
Don't drag your heels and tell me you're running. Don't run me around and say I'm a square. Don't serve me dirt and say it's delicious. Just do better. Just do better.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bulmer. This is Be Real, Do Better, the Small Business Marketing Show. It's a program designed to help the select few entrepreneurs and people in small business who are brave enough to truly set themselves apart in an authentic and sustainable way so that they can get a much more significant return on the time and the resources that they invest into marketing. The question today is, why do people buy from you? Now, if you're like me, you would rattle off a list of features and benefits, experience, maybe share some testimonials, and some other attributes about yourself and your business that set you apart from the competition. And there's a good chance that a lot of that stuff is accurate and contributes to why people buy. They may even be the reasons. But my point about this is, it's likely that there are some reasons that people are attracted to do business with you and maybe even refer you that it never even occurred to you or that you don't know about. You know, I would almost think that it's more common that we want to find out about why people left us than why people come to us. Once they come to us, we feel like, okay, well, we've got their business and that's good, but what are we doing to nurture and grow that relationship and continue to make it win-win? Now, I think that most people enjoy the feeling of significance by being given an opportunity to be heard and to contribute and to have some input. And one of the ways that you can do that for the people that you're doing business with is to ask them. Ask them how they feel, ask their opinion, ask them why they do business with you. You might be surprised at what you learn. Here's a short story, an example of this. So there's one gentleman I'm thinking of who has since become a really great friend. I worked with him on his marketing and advertising campaigns for almost 6 straight years. And this is somebody who knew his business and his numbers better than pretty much any other business person that I've ever known. And we got to a point after working together for several years where we felt we needed to say something. We just needed to freshen up the message a little bit and inject something new into it. Now, maybe that was a mistake, thinking back and knowing what I know now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But it felt like it needed a new coat of paint. Even though he had done a great job at just slow and steady scaling and growing his business, we had just sort of taken a jump and it was time for just a little freshness in the message. In any case, there were all kinds of reasons, and I'm sure there remain all kinds of reasons why people would buy from him. The least of which being that he works his tail off, he gives personalized service, greeting everybody literally at the door of his business and working them through all of the steps, gets there early, stays there late, like I said, knows the business inside out, knows all the numbers, used all the highest quality products, made sure that everything related to his business had the least negative impact environmentally, so that he had the smallest environmental footprint that he possibly could. Just had all of a long list of little things that he did better, the products that he used, the equipment that he employed. There were all these things that we were naturally inclined to maybe put in the ads, and we were thinking about, well, maybe we say some of these things, but in a different way. And we got into this conversation. We were standing in the lobby of his business, and I asked him, well, is that why people buy from you? And I asked it not because I was smart enough to ask it. It was a question that popped into my mind. And we sort of sat there and stared at each other for a few minutes. And in the silence, I think we were both thinking, well, of course, why else would they? Our prices are competitive, our service is great, the products and the equipment that we use are top-notch. What else could there possibly be? So I asked him, may I have your permission to ask one of your next customers that comes through the door? And he said, sure. So a couple minutes later, a woman walked through the door. There was a little office where the people would come and pay for the service that this particular business sold. And she said hi to the owner because she immediately recognized him because of the level of service that he and his wife always provide. And then I introduced myself. I'm Kevin. I'm representing such and such. We are working together on so-and-so's marketing and advertising campaign. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? She said, no, of course. Ask me anything. So why do you come here? What is it that makes you want to give this place your business? And here's what she said, and this is an important lesson, and I never forgot this. Her answer to that question, why she did business there, was because they smile at me. She said, I went to one of the other places down the road, and they acted like it was a headache, like I was putting them out to have my business. First time I came here, they smiled at me. They were grateful. They seemed like they really appreciated the fact that I was here and bringing my business here. So the owner, the individual that I had mentioned, a friend of mine, stood there looking just dumbfounded. Now, and I'm not that it could be that simple. Sometimes it is. Now, I'm not suggesting that you change all your outreach and your marketing and say that, well, it isn't about the competitive prices or the service that we offer or any of the things that I've already described, and then just say, well, come here and we'll smile at you. No, that's not what I'm getting at. But I could tell in that moment, the way that his face reacted, he was dumbfounded by that response. It had never even occurred to him that somebody would come there and then go and then come back simply because of the common courtesy of extending a sincere appreciation to somebody for their business. We've had several discussions about that interaction in the time since then, and I've dived into trying to understand more about getting feedback from people on why they like you, why they don't, how things look from their perspective, because when we're in the business, our perspective is fundamentally limited because that feels like our whole world. But the other people that we're serving don't see it the same as us. They're in their world. They're not in ours. So in order to connect with them, it's really helpful to know, what do they see? Why are they buying from you? Why do they like you? Why do they not? So here's what I'd like to ask you to take away from this particular episode. Is to ask your customers. And if you're just starting out and you don't have customers yet, ask the people around you, why are you good at what you do? What makes them believe in you? Why did they encourage you to do what you're doing? And if you are in business and you do have a customer base, ask them, why do you buy from us? Your comment cards are all about what could we do better, and how do you rate our service on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 or any of those kinds of things. But how many people are asking, why do you come here and offer us your business? This is one of the reasons why I would absolutely insist that you should be communicating to a list of email subscribers. And if you're not gathering emails and communicating to them in a human way, not just blasting people with spam and sales offers, but building a sense of community and offering value. And one of the ways that you can do that, so if you've already got a list of people that have subscribed to get email from you, ask them why. And if they've done business with you, ask them why. Even if you only get a handful of responses, I can almost guarantee that you're going to learn something that you didn't know and will help you see your own business from a slightly different perspective. I hope that helps. If you like this episode, please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube or listening on iTunes. If you're watching or listening anywhere else, share it with somebody that you think it might help. For more free marketing help, visit BeRealDoBetter.com. And from there, you can do a number of different things. You can sign up and get my free marketing help email updates. And then when you get an email a little bit later on asking you why you did that, you'll know the thought behind it. You can also download my free guide. It's called Better Marketing Results in 3, 2, 1, Go. It covers 3 things that I recommend you stop doing right now. 2 things to start, 1 magic measurement, and 1 thing that absolutely has to go in order for any of that to work. You can download that. It's a PDF, and it's available for free at BeRealDoBetter.com right now. You can also find a link to a video that teaches more about what I consider to be the 4 essentials of effective small business marketing and how to get a free personalized marketing assessment from me. Get access to all of that at BeRealDoBetter.com. Go there now and let a friend know. Thanks so much for spending this time with me, for watching and listening. I'll be back with another episode next week. Until then, I'm Kevin Bulmer, reminding you to just be yourself and keep growing.